What is up, you guys? How's everybody doing today? It's Monday, so that means it's time for Will Drum for Food. My name is Jeff. This is my show where I talk about whatever it is I feel like talking about. I got my coffee, I got my webcam, and if you like these videos, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click the notification bell. Let's go. So, Charles Manson's dead. I really don't have a lot to say about that, except, enjoy hell, you bastard. I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. Al Franken! Oh my God, Al Franken. So in the 40 years or so that Saturday Night Live was on the air, they had a lot of unfunny people. But Al Franken was, without a doubt, the most unfunny of them all. So, Al Franken, also known as Stuart Smiley, one of the worst characters ever on Saturday Night Live, managed to sucker the citizens of Minnesota into electing him as a senator. And maybe he didn't sucker him that much. After all, these are the same people that elected Jesse the Body Ventura as a governor. So around 10 years ago, before Franken became a senator, he was on a USO tour with a former Playboy centerfold. And they're doing some sort of skit, and he writes into this skit that he wants her, or he wants to kiss her. And he keeps on insisting over and over again that they have to rehearse this kiss. And because he's good enough, he's smart enough, and doggone it, people like him, he actually thinks she's going to go along with this. So they rehearse the kiss. He grabs her, smashes her mouth up against his, and she pushes him away and kind of punches him and says, if you ever do it again, I won't be so nice. Well, the story doesn't end there. On the plane on the way home, this idiot, this future U.S. senator, lets somebody take a picture of him. We don't know. It's not for certain that he fondled her, but it looks like he's fondling her breasts. And I just heard that another a Minnesota housewife has accused him of grabbing her butt during a photo op in 2010. I don't know what it is with these people. They are so sheltered and they're just they live in this vacuum. They think they can do whatever they want. And there's going to be no repercussions for their actions. And I'm sure Senator Stuart Smiley isn't the only one to behave like this. I'd be willing to bet half of Washington is pulling the same crap, either with the young interns or staffers or whatever. And then they have the gall to tell us how we should live our lives. You know what? So I'm convinced that we are doomed as a society, not because of corrupt politicians or some sort of man-made super virus is going to wipe us out. No, none of those things. Sex robots. Flat out, sex robots. That is going to be the end of human civilization on this earth. Because of the internet, video games, romance novels, porn, we have, as a society, we've built our expectations up of what relationships and just general life should be, that we've lost touch with the reality of life, how life actually is. Marriage and relationships aren't, romance novels or kinky sex whenever you want it or flowers and chocolates every week. Nah, it's not like that. You know what? You want to know what marriage is? It's trying to figure out what you want for dinner. It's trying to figure out what color you're going to paint the kitchen. And you have heated arguments about it. So what I'm afraid of is this, that, we've become so turned off to what reality is that we're going to actually just turn to this virtual world of sex robots. And it's not all kinky, lonely guys. I'm talking guys that they're just tired of, and women too, that are just tired of dealing with the opposite sex and the quirks. And let's face it, there's a difference. We're not the same. Forget about all that politically correct crap you learned in school. All right. We're different. We're not the same. We are wired differently. We have different desires. And the reality is you're not always going to get what you want. People need to learn manage their expectations. I watch a lot of the home improvement shows, and I see these people, they go out and they buy a house, and I want a big front porch and I want a big basement with a big yard. Reality is that house isn't always out there in your budget. So reality versus expectations. What's going on here? Damn it. There we go. All right. That leads me to today's topic. Managing your expectations in your daily practice. YouTube is great. I love YouTube. And there's so much great information. But I think here's a problem with YouTube is we see these child prodigies like Avery Mollick, and we're like, oh my God, he's so good. Why can't I play like that? The reason you can't play like that is because flat out, you're not a prodigy. And sorry to say this, let's face facts here. Most of us are not. Most of us had to work to get to the level we're at. Like I'm a teacher and I teach a lot of young kids. And I think parents have their expectations are way too high for some of their kids. They think that they see little Avery playing Tom Sawyer and they're like, well, why can't my kid do that? Well, the fact is, I mean, there's 0.0009% of the population is probably capable of playing like him at that age. So we need to manage our expectations of what we can accomplish as drummers in a reasonable amount of time. Let's say you are currently playing paradiddles at 120 and you set a goal of in a month I want to be at 270. All right. That's not realistic. First of all, fast is stupid in my opinion. All right. Nobody cares about how fast you can play. I've never once lost a gig because I can play my paradiddles at a fast speed. I'm not a fast drummer. I'm actually, my speed is probably maybe average or slightly above average. But I work a lot because I concentrate on three things: groove, tempo, feel. Groove, tempo, feel. When it comes right down to it, those are the three things that matter the most. That's what keeps us working. See this book, New Breed by Gary Chester? All right. I got that book in high school. I'm on like my third copy of it. And I remember I got that book and I set a goal of I'm going to get through every system in this book in a year. The problem with that was I was just in completely over my head. One, I could barely read. You know, I could get maybe 2A, maybe through 2A, and that was it. Two, I couldn't play to a click track. I had no idea how to play to a metronome. And three, my independence just wasn't that good. So what happened? I got frustrated and I put the book down and I didn't touch it for, probably a good couple years. So I exceeded the reality of what my ability actually was. In retrospect, what I should have done was just set a goal of I'm going to get through system one and I'm going to play that well. And I'm actually going to learn to sight read. That should have been my initial goal. I'm not saying don't set lofty goals. By all means, set lofty goals. But you have to have a plan to reach that goal. I always tell my students when they first come in, and I believe this wholeheartedly, I think drums are the easiest instrument to learn. I could teach anybody to play the basic 1, 3, 2, 4 beat, okay? But I also believe that this is the hardest instrument to master. And because there's so many difficult things with this instrument, we need to try to just tackle one thing at a time. I mean, that's all you can do. You're not gonna play like Jojo Mayer 3 years in. It takes forever. First of all, the guy is a freak of nature. All right, don't expect to play like Jojo Mayer. Figure out what your niche is as a player. Figure out what you want to be as a player, right? And work towards being improving at that. And then think of all the other stuff as the crazy fast linear fills or super crazy independence exercises. Think of that as a bonus. When I was in my late 20s, I kind of started to figure out what kind of drummer I was, and I accepted it. I'm a good rod drummer. I'm good at 2 and 4, and that's kind of what I pushed my career towards going as a guy that could come into that situation and really, excel at it and really accentuate what the band is doing. That's not to say I quit working on a new breed, because I work on a new breed all the time. I just took that stuff in new breed and learned how to incorporate it musically into what I already do. So this video's gone about 4 minutes longer than I wanted to. So I'm going to stop here. But I just want to leave you with this thought, all right? If you want to get better at this instrument, you have to take it one step at a time. You can't expect it to all come at once. All right. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you really like these videos. You know, if, like I said at the beginning, if you like them, click subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.